What killed motherfucking gaming? That's what we're gonna talk about today. So I'm not gonna delay this by rambling like I do in the intro because we got a lot of shit to talk about today, okay? So let's just get into it straight away. So I've got a little list right here, so I'll just go down the list, no particular order. Starting off, casuals. These filthy fucking scum are an absolute fucking disease on gaming, I tell you, man. I hate these motherfuckers, bruh. And it's definitely one of the main reasons, honestly. These fucking people are so easily impressed that developers don't even need to try. That's why a lot of games suck. A lot of low-effort games, you know, rushed-out games. I mean, why do you think there's so many games that come out unfinished? I know not every game's coming out in an unfinished, glitchy state, but they know they can get away with it because of these easily impressed people. They don't have to try. And it's not even just like glitches and unfinished games. It's just mediocre games. Average-ass fucking games that would usually get a rating of maybe 6 or 7, you know, just an average rating, will be glorified as masterpieces by these people because they're so easily impressed, man. Everything's a masterpiece nowadays. Like I said, just an average game, or even a fucking shit game, is a masterpiece to these people. Flat out garbage ass fucking games are labeled masterpieces. God of War Ragnarok, do I need to say anything else? That game is beloved by fucking casuals. Anybody that says that game is a masterpiece has to be a casual. I refuse to believe that any regular gamer would call that game a masterpiece. It's a game made for casuals. That was the main focus when making that game, was to appeal to the casual crowd. They will give no criticism to games whatsoever, sucking games dicks that far from deserve it, you know, trash fucking games. You know, God of War always comes to mind, honestly, because that is just like the pinnacle of casual garbage gaming right there. You know, or just any Sony exclusive in general, because all these games are the fucking same, let's be honest. The games are perfect, absolutely no flaws in these people's eyes. They need to wake the fuck up, man. They got no self-control. They'll rush out and buy any modern slop out there. You know, pre-order that shit, deluxe edition, just from watching like a 2-second trailer with the cinematic bullshit, not even any gameplay. My god, man. You know, I'm really careful what I spend my money on. You know, I don't like to waste money. I can't ever imagine buying a game full price from watching like a 2-minute trailer. But these people don't care. If they buy a game and it sucks, even though to them it won't suck because, you know, masterpiece, they won't even care. They're just like, you know, whatever. You know, the game sucks, man. Maybe the next game will be good. What is wrong with these people? Not to mention these fucking cunts ruin games for us. Not just like gaming in general because of their low standards, but also remakes. You know, remakes are well overdone nowadays. We need to stop with the remakes. They're getting out of control, okay? Remake central up in this bitch. Way too many remakes. I'm not totally against remakes. There's pretty much 2 reasons. Well, there's 2 things that I don't like about remakes. One is that they're way too overdone, like I said. And 2, because they fucking suck, okay? And you know why? Because of casuals. What is a good example of casuals ruining remakes for the, you know, the real fans of those games? The original gamers. The original gamers, Resident Evil. When they were making RE2, 3, and 4 remake, were they catering to the old school fans, you know, the people that play those games back in the day? Nope. They were catering to casual scum with the third-person nonsense and all the other bollocks that fucking ruined that game. Well, all those games are an absolute insult to the originals. People that haven't even played the originals. They're the people that they're catering to. Just spit in the face of the true fans, you know? It is disgusting, it really is. Fuck these people, man. Oh my god, man, I can't play these old games. They're so outdated. My God, these are some outdated gamers right here. The tank controls, ew. The fixed camera angles, ew. The graphics, ew. Oh my God, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Not just ruining remakes, but also destroying franchises. God of War again, a once badass series that I absolutely adored, with a badass main protagonist, cool ass story, awesome kick-ass gameplay, you know, gore, violence, just a badass series, man. One of my favorites as a kid. I don't even have words to describe it, really. There's no words to describe what's happened to this series. It is an absolute... It's heartbreaking, honestly. It is heartbreaking. You know, you can insult it all you want, shit on it all you want, but at the end of the day, it is absolutely heartbreaking. It really is. They did my boy dirty, man. Kratos, they did that boy dirty right there. One of the best characters in video game history, demoted to this. This pathetic, old-ass, soy boy beard having, wrinkly, arthritis having, brittle knees, can't climb a fucking wall without a goddamn box or whatever. Piece of shite, dude. This pathetic bomb. Talk about a fall from grace, man. How the hell do you go from the OG Kratos, a fucking badass, to this old-aged pensioner with his fucking stick bundle son? That is easily one of the most destroyed characters in the history of gaming. There's more out there, but this might be the worst, honestly. But yeah, these fuckers destroy games. There's plenty of game franchises out there that get destroyed because of these people. It's, you know, God of War is just a really good example for that, but there are more. They only play modern games, they don't play old school games. You know, that's a clear sign of a fucking casual right there. You know, outdated game, bad graphics. I want my pretty graphics, I do. I can't be playing old clunky ass outdated games. If this game doesn't have realistic graphics, then I ain't touching it. You know, causing franchises, undeserving franchises like Call of Duty, Resident Evil, you know, just to name a few, to continuously get games, whereas they should be fucking dead. They should have been dead years ago. Resident Evil should have been dead after, like, RE5. RE5 is where Resident Evil died, you know, and if we're being completely honest, 4 is where it died. Call of Duty, how is that franchise still going? I don't get it. I really don't. They just pump out the same game every year, but worse. Right, yeah, that's, you know, that makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna continue to spend, $60, $70 on the same game every year, but just worse. Every year, it gets worse. Like, what? I don't get that. I don't get that, honestly. That's like finding a restaurant, you know, a nice pizza restaurant with some fire-ass pizzas. It's like, okay, that was a nice pizza. Should we go back there? No, let's go to a worse place. And then after that, go to an even worse place, and a worse place, until eventually you're eating fucking cardboard with cheese on it and pepperoni that's been, you know, dipped in fucking diarrhea. Like, there's no logic to it, man. I guess the reason is because the old games die out, you know, the servers, but my God, stop buying Call of Duty for fuck's sake. And stop buying Resident Evil, man. Resident Evil is a fucking disgrace. And then lastly for this category, they want everything to be the same. They don't want any different genres. I guess that's sort of the same as I mentioned with the remakes, but wait, did I? I don't know, but yeah, they want everything to be the same. Everything has to be third person or first person. You know, it has to all play the same, with the same controls and stuff. My God, man. You remember back on the PS2, PS1, you know, old school games, man? There was so many different genres. I mean, look at PS2. Look at all the different types of games on there. Not even just like genres, but sub-genres. For example, look at how horror used to be on like PS2, Xbox 360. You had all these different types of horror. You had like third-person horror with like Dead Space, The Suffering, The Thing, fixed camera horror with like, you know, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, first-person horror, Fear, Metro, Condemned, action horror, Resident Evil 4, The Evil Within. There was all these different types of horror games. Whereas nowadays, every horror game is the same. It's either a third-person game or it's a first-person walking simulator. Those are the only types of horror games you get anymore. Literally. What other types of horror games do you get other than like the occasional indie horror game like Tormented Souls or Signalis? Those are the only two main genres you get, you know? So there's proof you're out there, man. But enough about these filthy casual scum. Graphics. Graphics are another reason why gaming is dying. One of the main reasons, honestly, isn't because of the casuals wanting the graphics. That's obviously a reason. But also because of how advanced the graphics are, it causes games to take so long to develop. Going back again to PS2 and old school gaming, games are getting pumped out constantly. Not because they were getting rushed, but because they didn't take as long to make. You look at a franchise like GTA. We were getting GTA games like every 2 years. We had GTA 3 in 2000, Vice City in 02, San Andreas in 04. You had the Liberty City stories and the Vice City stories. There were so many GTA games back then. But then after San Andreas, it took like, what, 4 years to get 4? And then like another 5 years to get 5? And then now look at GTA 6. I mean, a big part of that is because of GTA Online, but that isn't the only game. I mean, look at a game like Cyberpunk. That game was in development for like 10 years, and it still wasn't even finished. Games that used to take 2 to 3 years to make are now taking like 5+ years because of the graphics, man. It's taking up all the time. It is. It's true. Even developers have said it. Are people so obsessed with graphics that they don't mind waiting like 4 times as long? Like 5+ years for one game. That's fucking insane. Not just that, but graphics are prioritized over gameplay. You could just tell by looking at games nowadays, the gameplay is neglected because they put all the time, all the resources into the graphics. We're still getting mediocre gameplay mechanics. There's no evolution in the gameplay department. It's all the graphics. I mean, come on, look at the past like 15 years. Look at the evolution of graphics. Compare like a PS2 game to a PS4 game, and the difference is crazy. But then you compare the gameplay mechanics, the stuff that you do, and it's the same. If anything, it might be even backwards. There are old games that have better and more enhanced gameplay mechanics than modern games. I mean, take a look at like open world GTA type games, for example. Look at Saints Row 2, GTA San Andreas, compared to modern day sandbox games. Look at all the content in Saints Row 2 and GTA San Andreas. And then compare that to like whatever fucking open world sandbox GTA clones come out nowadays. Look at Saints Row 2 compared to Saints Row Reboot. Look at GTA San Andreas compared to GTA 5. Look at the gameplay differences, the mechanics. Look at all the stripped content in GTA 5. The interiors, the body types, the fighting styles, all that shit. Saints Row, even worse. And then you get like lower budget games, like indie games that don't prioritize graphics. You know, they make do with their budget to make a fun game, and they're seen as shit. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of shit indie games out there. But then look at a game like Blasphemous, for example, or Hollow Knight. Look at the amount of content in those games. Just look at the maps. Look at how huge these fucking maps are. These games are getting free updates, you know, free DLCs with new areas, new boss fights. The amount of gameplay was amazing. So many boss fights, so many areas and shit. Because they weren't putting all their budget into the graphics. But nope, you know, those games suck, right? Because Blasphemous, oh my god, it's all pixelated and shit. It's not realistic. It doesn't look like real life, so it sucks. Man, fuck those people. Graphic junkies, man. Fucking graphic junkies. Realism. Realism is something that pisses me the fuck off. It's something else that prioritizes something that's more important. Fun. Why do we have to have realism in games, man? You know, it's fine for certain things. You know, realism can make certain things better. But why do they change things and make things more realistic that makes it worse? Like taking like 4 seconds to pick up an item. Just pick up that item for fuck's sake, man. Just open the box. Why does it have to take so long, man? Why the hell do I have to clean my guns in Red Dead Redemption 2? Who the fuck wants to do that? Oh, but it's realistic. You do have to clean guns. I don't give a fuck. And the funny thing is that they try so hard to be realistic, but they still have things that aren't realistic. Like, why can I get shot like 14 times, right, just riddled by bullets, but then I could just heal by, like, using a syringe or some shit, or a bandage. Oh yeah, get pumped full of lead, and then just use a bandage on your arm to get back up to full health. Because if it was realistic, it would be fucking dumb. I mean, for starters, you'd probably fucking die. Oh shit, man, I got shot and killed, and now I'm dead. Wait, I can't play the game? Oh, what the hell? I'm getting buried. I'm in a coffin. I'm getting put into the ground. Wait, this is the game now? I can't move. I can't play the game. I'm just laid here in a coffin. That's the rest of the game. Permanently. You can't reset the game. You turn the game off. You turn it back on. And all the game is you're laid in a coffin. That's realistic, right? But obviously we're not going to do that because that's fucking stupid. Same goes for all these other factors. There's a reason why realism doesn't belong in games, because it's stupid. This ain't real life, man. This is a video game. So a pretty cliche one right here, but microtransactions, of course, this is something that definitely killed gaming. Made developers greedy as fuck with their low effort DLC that should be in the game to begin with. And of course, loot boxes and skins and, you know, fucking bollocks like that. I'm not gonna ramble on about this one too much because we all know how fucked up microtransactions are. You don't need me to tell you that. They are absolutely ridiculous, spending thousands of dollars in some cases to get a new weapon or a new skin, especially a handful of years ago. You know, Call of Duty and shit and Fortnite nowadays have ridiculous microtransactions, but also just things like pre-order bonuses, man. And the only reason they exist still is because people allow the developers to implement them and get away with it. It always comes back to the consumer, man. If people didn't buy them, if they spoke up about them, and if there was backlash and outrage, they won't put them in the game. They're only going to do shit that they know they can get away with. I think I mentioned that before, but, you know, we have more power than you may think. We're the ones that put money in their wallets. You know, we have the power, but people just allow themselves to be treated like fucking used, nasty-ass fucking street whore pussy. They got no self-respect, they got no dignity, and they don't care about being treated that way. Story bullshit. This is something that I fucking hate too. Way too much story in video games. Something else. It's just like graphics, you know, a big priority. Something else that takes up a lot of the budget, you know, these super expensive, fancy graphics, man, who fucking cares, dude? Get this shit the fuck out of here. Way too much of the budget goes into these cutscenes. Something that you'll watch once and then get bored of. You know, when I replay a game, am I going to be watching the cutscenes every time? Nope, I'm there for the gameplay, man. Put the budget into the fucking gameplay instead of these fucking ridiculous cinematic cutscenes. And not just that, but they're way too fucking long. Like, it's ridiculous. Cutscenes don't need to be as long as some of these games. I mean, look at Death Stranding, man. I heard that the final cutscene of that game is 2 hours. 2 fucking hours. That's longer than a movie. A cutscene is longer than a movie. I mean, that game's a fucking disgrace, but really, 2 hours for a final cutscene, that is fucking crazy, man. And it's not just cutscenes, you know, because cutscenes, for the most part, can be skipped. Oh yeah, and if you make cutscenes unskippable, then you deserve a fucking rock-hard horse cock in the mouth. For real, though. I can't believe that some devs actually make the cutscenes not skippable. Like, are you fucking for real? Fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. No one gives a fuck. But it's not just the cutscenes that are a problem, the story also infests the gameplay with forced walking sections and exhibition sections where you have to walk slowly and, you know, listen to the characters talk to each other. Man, fuck out of here with that, man. Fuck out of here. That is some fucking gay shit, man. No one cares about that, dude. I want to play the game, okay? Interrupting the pacing adds nothing to the game whatsoever. A speedrunner's nightmare, let's be honest. Like, who likes these sections really though? You know, it's fine to have dialogue in your in-game story shit, but don't let it affect the pacing of the gameplay. Just let me go at my own pace, have them talk in the background, whatever. Don't force me to fucking walk, you know, listen to this bullshit when all I want to do is just play the game. There are games that do it well, but then there are plenty of other games that don't. And then the last category I have is woke culture. This is something that has especially been killing gaming in recent years. It is fucking disgusting. All of this forced diversity and inclusion to cater to people that don't even play games. This fucking rainbow community and shit, man. We're gonna have a lesbian character, or a gay character, or a transgender character in the game for that inclusion, so then we can keep the rainbow community happy. We can't be having a straight white male character as a protagonist anymore. He needs to be gender fluid, identify as non-binary, and be married to a transgender black woman. We can't be having any of that shit now, okay? That is transphobic, that is not PC, and we do not tolerate that shit anymore in video games. This shit is out of control, man. The woke culture is absolutely ridiculous in games. You know, I just noticed, man, but not only is this in like AAA games, but it's also in indie games now. I didn't even know that. I really didn't. I mean, I haven't played that many indie games, but from what I've played, none of them went down that road. But recently I played a game called Cookie Cutter. That is a shit game, by the way. Don't fucking play it. It's fucking garbage Metroidvania. You know, plenty over better Metroidvania. And you know what? It's not even the woke shit that makes it a bad game. It's just a fucking repetitive garbage fucking game. But even that has woke shit in it. You play it as this fat, ugly fucking lesbian robot, and the story is that you gotta rescue your girlfriend or some shit. And my god, this chick you play as is fucking hideous. She's got like a shaved fucking head with like red bangs or some shit, and she's got like fucking cankles. My god, man, it is so distracting. The entire time I was playing this game, it was just so fucking distracting. Seriously, fucking like what the hell, man. So yeah, don't buy that game. That's fucking garbage game. Play fucking Blasphemous or some shit, man. I know that people won't because indie games aren't popular, but don't play Cookie Cutter. That game's trash. If you're looking for a good Metroidvania, play Blasphemous, Hollow Knight, Guacamelee, Death's Gambit, something like that, okay? Don't support this fucking shit game. It is fucking ass. It's woke, and games that are woke don't deserve to be supported, even if it's a small indie game. Fuck out of here, man. Make an actual good game. Also, we can't be having attractive women anymore. We've got to make all the women fucking hideous, like the one that I just mentioned. You can't have sexualized women anymore because it's offensive to all these fucking feminists and shit. Oh my god, this right here is sexist. This fictional video game character is sexist, and it offends me. Why are you getting offended by a video game? It's not real, man. Who cares about some fine ass chick with some big old titties, big old ass? You know, who cares? People just look for anything to cry about, man. This is something that was especially noticeable in MK11, because after MK9, where all the female characters were super sexualized with huge tits, you know, Melina and Jade and Kitana, Sonya Blade and all that, they all had like huge fucking racks, really sexualized. After that, they started making the women a lot less sexualized, and they used the excuse of realism. It's not practical to be wearing these skimpy outfits. And it's actually funny because there are videos online on YouTube that completely expose the lack of logic, actually, because it's actually the opposite. Wearing a skimpy outfit is actually more practical than being covered up. It gives you way more mobility. I mean, just watch a UFC fight, for fuck's sake. They're wearing like a sports bra and like shorts. Super revealing, right? And you know why they wear that shit? Because it's practical. It gives them more flexibility, more mobility. wearing a full suit is actually the complete opposite, especially wearing a hood. Some of the MK characters, I think Jade in MK11, I believe she wears a hood. That is super impractical. That blocks off your peripheral vision, gonna make it way easier to get fucking hit from the side. So fuck out of you with that goddamn argument. It's got nothing to do with realism or practicality. It's fucking because of the fucking woke shit, you know. Can't be having sexualized characters. And then you get people saying dumb shit like, you're just a creep, thirsty for video game titties, you wanna look at their asses and wank off to that shit. I can't say the same for everyone, because there's definitely people out there, but for me, it's got nothing to do with that at all. The reason why I like these characters and these outfits is because they look cool. It's a part of their character, it makes them stand out. When you take every female character and cover them all up, they all look the same. It looks boring. And the funny thing is that with the old MK games, like the 2D ones, the 3D ones, the female characters aren't even that sexualized. Pretty much the only one that is sexualized is Melina in the 3D game. She has some really revealing outfits, which makes sense because that's a part of her character. Like, she's supposed to be this character that's really sexualized. But then the other female characters aren't even that revealing, especially in like the old 2D games. So yeah, for me personally, because there are definitely people like that, you know, they definitely want to jack off to their shit. I mean, just look at like nude mods and stuff. So people like that definitely exist, which, you know, more power to you, you know, you do you. Personally, I think it's a bit odd, you know. So yeah, that fucking dumbass argument is fucking stupid. It's got nothing to do with that at all. People that are complaining about this shit need to shut the fuck up. It's a fucking video game. It's a bunch of pixels on screen. These aren't real women, okay? They're fucking fictional characters. And it's funny as well because something else is that people are more offended by a big ass or some big ass titties in a skimpy outfit than like people getting their heads cut off, getting their intestines ripped out, all of this gore and violence. People are more offended by a woman wearing a revealing outfit than a woman getting massacred. Like, what? I'm not saying that we should be offended by that, but it would make more sense, right? If you look at a real life situation, what is more morally wrong? A woman wearing a skimpy outfit or a woman getting killed? We shouldn't be offended by either because, you know, video game, not real. But if you're gonna be offended by something, then at least have it make a little bit more sense than that. Just saying. But that's pretty much it. There's probably some things that I'm missing like always, but for the most part, that is everything that is killing gaming, or killed gaming, because if you ask me, gaming is fucking dead. You get the occasional good game here and then, you know, every couple of years you might get a good game, but for the most part, gaming is fucking dead. It's trash, and that's exactly why. It's why I barely play or buy new games. Don't get me wrong though, I do like some modern games, and if you guys want, I can make a video talking about modern games that I actually do like. I'm talking like AAA games, not indie games, because, you know, there's quite a lot of, you know, for the most part, the only modern games that I like are indie games, but there are some proper, you know, AAA games that I actually like that have come out in recent years, so if you want a video on that, then you can let me know in the comments. But until then, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone, and sayonara.